Hello and welcome to another video from Natasha Lee. This week I wanted to bring you something a little different, so we've got some galaxy nails with the most amazing chameleon flakes. It's a really easy and effective method using just nail polishes and some flakes. Stay tuned to find out how. As always, I'm going to begin by cleansing, filing and performing cuticle work on my nails, and there's a link in the top corner if you want to know how to do that. Then I'm going in with my favourite peel-off base coat, which is WALTZ ready for takeoff. And then I'm going to go in with this Bobby Brown Navy. Now I don't know if you recall this from I think it was my polish video. It's got amazing coverage, it's a beautiful colour, it smells like dogweed, it's hideous. But this is the colour I wanted. And can I just point out, I'd painted all 4 other nails on this hand perfectly, absolutely perfectly off camera. I go under camera, I make a mess, I have a huge gap around the cuticle, so this is where my cleanup brush from Dixie comes in. And unfortunately it's navy blue and highly pigmented. So I was here for a long time doing this. I didn't film it all, it's too boring for you. So time for a second coat, and this one you can go in a bit quicker because you've already made the effort with the first one. And this actually does dry really, really well, this polish. Once that's dry, I'm going in with my water-based top coat from Suncoat. Now, I haven't tried any other water-based top coats because they're pretty hard to get hold of in the UK, but this one works well for me. If you don't have this exact one, give it a go. It does go on looking a little white, but don't worry. And then I'm going to be using my Gemma Lambert's Nail Team Chameleon Flakes in blue, and I'm just picking these up with my finger and pushing them into that dried water-based top coat. It does get a bit messy, to be honest with you, but it's sparkly and it's chrome and it colour shifts, so what does it matter? To try and save wasting any, because these are beautiful, I tried to pick up whatever fell on my desk and use that over my nail, and consequently it meant it had very, very little wastage, which is fantastic. We don't want to be wasting any of this stuff, it's too pretty. Once you've finished, we're going to go in with our peel-off base coat again, and this is because if you use a normal polish or top coat over the top of like foil or flakies, they can sort of craze and go wrinkly. So if we use our base coat over the top again, it works really, really well. And we're going to leave that to dry. And you can see already these just look gorgeous as they are. And look at the colour shift. They go like from blue and purple to pink, gold and yellow. Now I'm just going to cut some bits off a latex-free makeup sponge, and these bits actually are really small. The camera's very deceptive, it makes them look quite big, but they're tiny. And using SC WALTZ, which is a very sort of translucent white, I first went in with the sponge and holding it with my tweezers, but I soon realised in actual fact it was a bit too translucent, and you couldn't really see it over the nail. What I was looking for is that sort of semi-transparent look where it gives an added depth of like clouds and swirls and things like that. So I decided the best way around it was to take my Colour Club French tip, because this has gone really gloopy and I don't use it anymore in nail art, but I've kept it. So I used this and then mixed it with the SC, and together it made a more semi-opaque transparent sort of white. It also meant I'm not wasting any polish. Dab some off on a tile. And this was just a tile that I picked up in B&Q for about 35p in the sales section. And that's just like our local big chain of DIY store. I'm just randomly dabbing over the nail, but on the ring finger I want to create a sort of galaxy effect. And we want that beautiful swirling of planets and stars. But once I've applied the white, I'm going in with Morgan Taylor's No Filter Needed. And this is one of their new colours, I do believe. And it is a lovely electric blue. And we're just going to dab either side, and this is on the ring finger. I'm going to dab either side of that white, and it's because we're going to create that swirling galaxy effect. Once your blue is dry, I'm going to go in with a pink, and this is DEAUVILLE Daisy from All That Jazz. And I'm taking one of the finer ends of the sponge for this, and I'm going inside that blue line. This will all make sense shortly. It's such an effective way to do it, but it's really easy. It's one of those things you look at the end and think, God, how they've done it. And it's so quick and easy. So just dab and blend in slightly until you're happy you've sort of got enough pink on the inside of that blue. Now I'm going to grab a yellow, and this is OPI's My Twin MIMMY, and it's one of my favourite yellows. It's so versatile. And again, using a corner piece of the sponge, you can see I'm fiddling around a bit here, but using a corner piece of the sponge, I'm going to go inside the pink and over the pink as well, because we want to soften it. And what I'm just doing is dabbing over the whole lot now, because that will make the transition between the pink and the yellow more orange. And now I'm going to go with my favourite white, which is API's Alpine Snow, and just add some white in that centre. We want it to be that bright star in the centre of the galaxy. And I am doing this quite carefully, but we're going to blend it in, so don't worry. Then I'm taking a pale yellow, and this is Lola the Showgirl from All That Jazz. And I'm going to go over the whole top to soften it. Don't worry if you don't have all these colours, you can always make a pale yellow with a white and a brighter yellow. Then I'm going in with Essie Damsel in a Dress and my fine detail brush from Dixie Girl. And I'm going to add some sort of shadowing around it to show the gaps in the stars and actually create that sort of swirling corkscrew effect. If you apply too much, you can dab with your finger just to soften it. Like I said, this is not having to do perfect lines. We want them to look a little bit bumpy, so just trying to go over the top of the sponge marks will work perfectly. Then with my Twinkle Tea dotting tools and my Alpine Snow again, I'm going to take the finest dotting tool and add some individual stars around the galaxy. And just to say, all the products I've used in this video are available in the description down below. And this video has not been sponsored by anyone, these are just the products I wanted to use for this look. Then onto the other fingers. Over the top of the white we've already sponged. I'm going in with my absolute favourite Morgan Taylor Shock Therapy. And what you can't see off camera is I dropped this bottle off my shelf just before I did this and smashed the neck of it. So I had to order another one straight away because I use that colour so much. Then I'm going in with the new blue from Morgan Taylor. And we're going in with a bit of a lilac. This is PRET-A-SURFER from Essie. And I normally pick my colours for videos based on the colour, not on the product or the brand. So I sort of have an idea of an image in my head and then I look along my polish shelves to find which colour do I have that fits that. And I'm just using that purple in between the pink and the blue to give that look of sort of galaxies and stars and things mixing together and Milky Ways. Oh, chocolate Milky Way. Now I'm going to apply a dot and then turn it into a cross by starting at the centre and just going out. I'm doing this with a fine detail brush, but it doesn't have to be too detailed because this is going to build up into looking like a really bright star. Once you've formed your cross, go around a sort of circle in the centre. Then we're going to do the same with white, and that's using my Alpine Snow from API, and just draw it out again. And again, do not worry if this doesn't look perfect, you'll be surprised how at the end it looks so good. Go around in the centre of the circle again, and then I'm just going to create some little stars on their own up the top using exactly the same method. Add some more stars with the dotting tool around the area. And then I'm going to go back in with my pale yellow, and this is to soften the whole look. And we're just going to lightly apply this over the star. And this is what will give it that sort of really beautiful look. This is it's not a very pigmented yellow, so it works well over a white to soften it. And you can see I've just applied it in the centre and just roughly spreading it out. Then with our API My Twin MIMMY, I'm just going over some of the white dots to make them yellow to look like more stars. And look, it's looking so pretty. Then I'm going to finish off with INM Northern Lights, and this is a hologram top coat. It's actually scattered holographic glitter. Of all the holo top coats I've got, this is probably my favourite because you can see the design underneath and it just adds some extra sparkle. Now we're going in with our usual top coat, and my favourite is HK Girl Glisten and Glow, and I'm going to apply a nice generous coat over the whole nail. This is already looking so good. I wasn't sure, I'll be honest, there was a few stages when I was doing this and I thought, oh no, this is so rubbish. And then it started to come together at the end, and I'm just going to apply some cuticle oil. But it started to come together at the end, and this is quite often the case with nail art designs. Don't give up halfway through. They can finish off looking absolutely amazing like this. These are really fun. Now, I'm wearing them at the moment. I'm going out later today, and I haven't done them on my other hand yet, and I'm regretting it because they look so good. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What different things would you do with a galaxy nail? And let me know what else would you like to see. I have taken on board some of your requests, and I've actually got them in the process at the moment, and I've placed some orders to be able to do them. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos every weekend. And don't forget to check out my other videos. Take care everyone, and I'll see you next week.